This is the plaintiff, Janice. She says she loaned her boyfriend, the defendant, money to buy a photo booth for parties when he DJs, and he won't pay her back. This is a cut and dry case. The defendant's a louse who owes her $1,000, and she's here suing for it today. This is the defendant, Ty. He says the plaintiff needed her house painted because it was an ugly green color, and she got a quote of $3,000. She told him she would buy the photo booth for him if he got her house painted, which he did, and now she's turning around suing him for the money? That girl's tripping because he has concrete evidence in his favor that he owes nothing. He's accused of not getting the picture.
All parties, please use your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Janice, you are suing Ty for $1,000 that you say you loaned to him for the purchase of a photo booth. You're a photographer?
No, I just do entertainment.
Okay, so you wanted to have a photo booth that people could use at parties and that you could rent out?
Yes.
And that according to you, he has not paid you back for it. Tell me what's going on.
Correct. In July, I was away on vacation. He had volunteered to watch my house. During that time, he had been texting asking for money for a photo booth.
How did you two know each other?
Through mutual friends. We knew each other for on and off. He had been trying to date me for a while.
Okay, and were you dating?
We did date for about a month.
Oh, okay. And so he's watching your house and?
And we had a conversation. He asked for the money, needed it in an emergency case situation.
That's not, buying a photo booth is not an emergency. You know what the word emergency means. Right, but you know what the word emergency means, right?
Yeah, but his friend was going for surgery. He said that he needed it in this time frame. I asked him the stipulations in my mind were you going to be able to give me the money by the end of the month so I can pay the bills in August.
Right.
August came along. No money. He claimed that he doesn't manage his own money, that he needs an attorney to manage his money. The attorney was busy.
Okay, hold on one second. Is there a trust or something? Why is an attorney involved?
It's a situation that I had in the past that I deal with where I had ran into some tax problems.
Okay.
So that's kind of what that's about.
So
hold on. Who's this attorney? Your attorney or a government attorney?
He's an attorney that I've been dealing with for a long time.
But it's a government attorney or it's
he's a federal attorney, yes.
Okay. All right. I don't even want to know. All right. So, so he tells you that. And did you know that before you loaned him the $1,000?
That he would have to go through the attorney?
Yeah.
No.
And that he had problems with not paying his tax bill?
No.
Did you know anything about his credit?
No, I didn't.
Oh. And I'm sorry, you were dating him how long? 25 seconds?
No, it was a short time, but we knew each other and spoke to each other for years.
How'd that work out?
I gave him the opportunity to date him. He seemed sincere. He seemed like a good person.
How did it work out that you presumed on how little you knew him that loaning him $1,000 would be a good idea?
Here, so it's a
exactly. I know the answer to how it worked out. All right. So you loan him the $1,000 and he doesn't pay you. How are you two communicating, through text?
We had conversations on the phone. He was watching my house.
Okay.
So the conversation about the $1,000.
I assume you come back from vacation before the next month.
Yes.
Okay. And when you come back, August rolls around, and are you still dating?
We were still dating until I asked for the money.
And then you asked for the money, and he said what?
He said he just started acting funny and wouldn't pay the money. There was always an excuse. The last excuse was the attorney, that the attorney was managing his money.
So is that when, did you break up with him?
No, we mutually broke up because we got into an argument about him not wanting to pay the money.
Okay. And since then, according to you, you have paid the money through labor, correct?
Yes.
What's your version of this? Go ahead.
Oh, so basically, prior to her going on vacation, she did say that she wanted to get her house painted because the house was green and it was the ugliest house on the block, according to her. So I was like, okay, well, I'll talk to my buddy. He does a little painting, whatever. So she was just like, oh, okay, but I will have to handle that because I got a $3,000 quote before
Who would have to handle that? She would have to handle it herself?
She said she would have to handle that when she got back from vacation.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, because her quote was $3,000. So she's under the impression that she has to pay $3,000 for this paint job. So
yeah, for professionals.
Yeah, I mean, I get it done. So I told her, like, my buddy does it. And she was like, okay, how much will he charge? I said, well, I have to ask him. So I never got a chance to ask him. But then I said, I could do it myself. She was like, oh, it's going to be hot out there. I don't want you in the sun. That's fine. I'll call up 1 or 2 of my friends and, we knock it out. So,
And did you?
Yeah, we did it.
Okay, is this before or after the $1,000 booth loan?
This was before.
If it was before, how can it be payment for the $1,000 loan? You're just saying she shouldn't make me pay her back because I did a nice thing and I painted her house.
No.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, how long before you loan a boyfriend or a girlfriend money?
Oh man, that's a loaded question.
I know, that's how we get paid for.
How much money are we talking?
I don't know. I mean, any money.
I guess it just really depends on the person. You have to feel it out, see how the vibe is with that person.
You're not going to answer me. How long?
I would say never. It's never, at least while you're dating. Maybe a couple of years into it, you can consider
Wow,
giving
a couple of years.
Gifts, but loans.
You're a smart lady. What do you say?
I would say right after I meet her, I would loan her money.
What?
Right after?
Yeah. Yeah.
Going inside the courtroom.
When I told her that I needed the booth, she said, well, if you need the booth, that's fine. I need my house painted type of deal. So
Wait,
that's kind
I
of
thought
what it
you
was.
just said it was before the booth.
It was, the conversation was before the booth, yes. So
When did you paint the house?
July 16th, 17th, around that time.
July 16th, 17th. When
Yes,
did he
ma'am.
ask for the $1,000?
It was the 14th,
Okay.
around that time, but I know
When did you give him the $1,000?
it was around that time frame. Because by the end of the month, I was
Did
already
you
coming
ever tell
home.
him if you paint my house, you don't have to pay back
This is a total lie. I never even had a conversation about agreeing to any contracts or anything. He volunteered. Actually, the conversation went more like, oh, since you purchased this house, what would you like to get done? I'm thinking a personal conversation. So I mentioned certain things that I wanted to get done. Oh, I'm a handyman. Oh, I can do that. He volunteered. He went, bought the paint on his own, volunteered to do
You
this.
didn't
Oh,
approve
marry
the
me.
paint?
I love you
Of course
so
she
much.
did.
Wait,
Oh,
you
she
didn't
bought the
approve
paint.
Oh, okay.
Of course
So
she bought
he
the
was a
paint.
boyfriend who was painting your house and had nothing to do with the grand.
Your Honor, if we had an agreement to pay, I would pay him. I didn't have the money.
Wait, you approved the paint, so you know he was going to paint.
But I never had an agreement of, oh,
Paying
I'm going
him
to
for the
pay
paint.
you to do this. This was, oh, I can do it.
I need a sign,
I would
she
like to
need a
do it.
sign.
I
Okay.
love
That's what he
you.
came down
I
with.
Hold on
want
one
to do
second.
this.
Hold on one
I want
second.
to
Do you have
that
any
for
texts that show that it was a...
It was a verbal conversation.
Okay, do you
He's
have
making
any
this
texts
up.
that show that he's lying?
I can
That he
go
was
through
supposed
it.
to pay back the money?
About the $1,000.
For example,
I-
something that
listen,
says something like,
The painting was never a conversation about...
I need you to listen and stop flapping your gums.
Okay.
Okay, because I have a he said, she said. So do
Okay.
you have texts from him where he, for example, you said earlier, he told me that there was, there were all these excuses about the lawyer having to dole out his money. When is that dated?
August 24th.
Exactly. And we're talking about painting in July 15 and 16. So hand me that.
I mean, the text that I sent her, it was after all the nonsense. I had a verbal agreement
Sit
with
tight.
her.
Wait, sit tight, she says. Sit tight? I guess you were just a liar. What are you talking about? Your attorney's comment. He told me he sent it in Janice. What's that mean? Sent where and when and where? If so, I apologize and thank you. I checked my mail yesterday and I haven't received it. Okay, I'll reach out to him today. Why are you doing that if you painted it a month ago and the painting was an exchange? Why are you talking about painting?
Listen, because she said to me, our conversation was verbal. So I can't prove
No,
that I
I
have
need you to
said
answer
that.
what I said.
Okay.
I've heard what you say.
Okay.
Your position is, Judge, I don't owe her anything. I never was owing her anything because the painting of her house was in exchange for the grand she loaned me.
Right.
Okay. If that's the case, and you painted it in July, that's
Mm-hmm.
when that exchange happened. She gave you the $1,000, you painted it. She gives you the $1,000 in July, you paint it in July. Then, if you're being truthful, this deal is done. There's nothing to discuss. Why then a month later are you talking about paying her and sit tight my
Because she had text messages that said it. I said, okay, I'm gonna pay you. I don't have no evidence that we had an agreement. It was verbal.
Hey, you sound like a liar.
Nah, I ain't
He is
got
a
a lie to
liar.
you or nobody.
You sound like a liar.
I have proof of some random chick.
He's handling a huge case. I called and texted him. He said the secretary in the office sent it over a week ago. If he sent it, why didn't it never come? And if he sent
Well,
it,
that's what I was
why am I
told.
here? Why am I here, though? If
Well, that's
you
what I
sent
was-
it,
that's
well,
what I
I don't
was
understand.
told.
Why don't you send it again then? If it's not
Because
cash,
it was sent.
Oh, I see.
I was told
was
it was
cash?
sent. So, no, he said he sent it
Oh,
over.
so then that's just paper. So why don't you just do another paper, since the money never came out of your account?
It wasn't my account.
Well, whatever. Did you ever tell the lawyer? Did you hear yourself?
I hear myself loud and clear. I know what it is.
Do you? Because it sounds like you're talking gibberish
Well, that's
and
what it
tripping
sound like.
over
That's
yourself.
what it sound like to you.
So if the paper you sent wasn't cash, then why don't you just have the lawyer send another paper?
Because we here, so that's why.
Because he told me do what you need to do.
That's exactly what I said.
I already asked him if I could give you his number. He said no because he don't want to hear about the back and forth. It was sent out. You should have gotten it. But I didn't. You obviously lied.
All right.
I see you need this lawyer because you're crooked. Never been crooked.
Never been crooked at all. So.
You're upset, so you talking crazy, but didn't you say stop texting you? So why you keep texting me? I never said you wasn't getting the money.
Yeah.
And now
Do
he's
what you
making
need to
up
do. I'm
stories.
good over here.
After she
Okay.
told me she was
So
suing me.
Janice needs to do what she needs to do, and what she needed to do was sue you to get the money. Well done. Now you've got the money. I'm ordering you to pay her $1,000, like you said you would, because you haven't, and you're supposed to, based on your own text. That's my verdict.
Thank you.
So the judge fines for the plaintiff for the $1,000. You seem mad at her.
I ain't mad. I'm not mad at her, man. Listen, it is what
You're
it is.
heartbroken.
I got a lot of women,
Okay.
so I ain't worried about all that.
Okay. All right.
But anyways, it's all good. It is what it is. I know what we agreed on. She know what we agreed on, and that's just the bottom line.
How's your DJ business doing?
Oh man, I'm good. You see, I'm eating. I'm
So I
eating
can see
real
you're
good.
eating. Yeah. Okay.
So
All
we
right.
good.
All right. You a good DJ?
So I tear the party down.
You do?
Definitely.
Up or down?
Both.
All right. Thank you very much. Janice, you're going to get your $1,000.
Thank God.
Okay? Does
The
that
truth
make you feel
was
better
told.
now?
Yes.
Yeah, you had to come to court to do it.
Yes, it's embarrassing that he has to lie and do all of this to uphold his
I know,
word,
I
but
know.
unfortunately.
You learn anything from all of this?
I definitely did.
What?
That you can't, no one's trustworthy and you have to put things in writing.
It's a shame, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. Harvey?
Doug, I got to say, especially when you have a barter deal, all the more important to get the deal in writing. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.